As you are walking down a lake and you encounter an alligator,
Ah!
you go into a fight or flight situation. Here's what happens inside your mind.
At resting potential, there is a negative charge on the inside and positive charge on the outside. 3 sodiums and 2 potassiums travel across the membrane through a sodium-potassium puck. At a potassium leaky channel, potassium travels across the membrane both ways.
At action potential, a stimulus is perceived, which is seeing the alligator. As the signal travels down the axon, sodium gates open, creating a switch in charges, negative on the outside, positive on the inside. Potassium gates open, changing the charge back to normal.
As action potential goes down the neuron, approaching nerve impulses change the charge of the synaptic cleft. Voltage-gated calcium channels open and push forward synaptic vesicles containing neurotransmitters through the presynaptic membrane through exocytosis. Neurotransmitters are released into the synaptic cleft and bind to ligand-gated ion channels on the postsynaptic membrane. There's a signal transduction pathway that sends a signal to the adrenal medulla, which signals it to release epinephrine.
From the brain, the signal is released to the adrenal medulla, which is an excitatory pathway, and the adrenal medulla releases epinephrine, and that epinephrine is brought to the lungs, where it expands and allows more oxygen into the brain.
The organism receives the stimulus, and there's 2 pathways that can happen through the presynaptic pathway: the excitatory pathway and the inhibitory pathway. This is the inhibitory pathway, and in the brain, and once it reaches the brain, it signals to the salivary glands to release hormones that inhibit saliva production, and in turn, no saliva is produced.
So this is a long-term effect. The brain signals to the pituitary gland, which releases ATCH, which goes to the adrenal medulla. The adrenal medulla signals and then releases cortisol, which releases proteins, fats to the blood. Then it releases stress.